And as always, a huge shout out to all of our supporters of the 87.8 Survivor FM podcast. Firstly, our Patreon supporters, our $5 supporters, thank you all. Our production managers, our $10 supporters, Dick Donovan, Big Dog, Shane Murphy, Tank Dazza, Michael, Hawks Hammer, and Nightkin. Our $25 supporters, our producers, Jake Snow, Red Freedom, Melbourne, Tuxness, and Michael. Our $50 supporter, our director, Wolves of DayZ Service, or Sauerkraut. And also all of our YouTube members, Kenny Baker, Mr. Fix, Cinnamon, King of Lobar, Foxypote, and Tuxness. All of you are legends who help the show go on each and every week. Thank you for all your support, even just by watching and listening each week to the podcast. And we hope you enjoy this week's show. We'd also like to shout out all of the team behind the podcast who without them, it couldn't be brought to you each and every week. Firstly, the Irish mad lad himself, Marks. Mr. Ironbrew, that lad. Archie Stormcloud. Don't click on any links from him. Foxypote, the man who survived COVID twice. Don Sibley Games, or the king of TikTok as he is these days. DanceofJesus, the man who absolutely loves placing trees. Jacob Mango, is there anything in the DayZ community that guy's not involved in? The bad boy of DayZ, Daone. And my good mate Spud from DayZ Down Under. Thank you all for helping the show be brought to you each and every week. Links to all of them are in the description. Please check them out. And we are live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 86 of the DayZ podcast, folks. Marks, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. How we all doing?
Yeah, pretty good, mate. Archie is having some internet issues. May or may not be joining us. His internet provider hasn't turned on his internet at home yet, and he's just playing around with his house. Lad, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, sorry about that. I'm here.
That's all right, mate. We've only literally just started.
Right.
We have no guest this week. Sadly, we did have Monty lined up, but he's not going to be available this weekend. So I lined up Zarge, but he had to pull out as well. So we were going to talk about and we'll still showcase it, the new Iztek map of his. But yeah, he wasn't able to actually make it. Had to pull out at the last minute just due to personal stuff. So it happens from time to time. Unfortunately, this week, everyone, you're just going to have to make do with us three dorks. And maybe Archie, if he is able to get on later.
Hopefully, yeah.
Thank you, Spud.
Hopefully.
Thank you. Oh, God, we just have to listen to these guys. Looking very dapper there, mate. I love that cap. I really fucking love the...
I love this cap.
Yeah. Yeah. And how is the hoodie? Nice and warm?
Yes, it's very, very comfy. Very, very nice.
I'm not really a hoodie man myself. I don't mind a zip-up jacket like the DayZ one, but hoodies I've never really been into too much, but that's probably because I live in a hot country, so yeah.
You go.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Sorry,
lad got that hoodie at the right time because it's starting to get cold over here.
Yeah?
Yes, it certainly is.
But yeah, that's it. We really don't hear you guys complain about the cold in the British Isles area. It's only when it gets above fucking 20 degrees that you guys start to complain.
Because we're so used to the cold.
Yeah, we've adapted to the climate. When it changes, it's like, nah, stop that fucking shit.
I do have an update that I want to share because the man, the myth, the legend has actually just come into the chat. The dude Thor. He has actually given us some gifts for the Christmas show giveaway, and this is one of them. This is the packaging that the mugs come in, by the way. It's a lot better than they used to be, but yeah, his own branded mugs. I fucking love it.
That's fucking class.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, very, very well done. Very well done. We've got 3 of these to give away. To during the Christmas show podcast. They come in this lovely little snazzy box. So yeah, and I think he's sending some other stuff as well. So yeah, they're pretty fucking badass. He paid for them and sent them, and I'll be taking care of the shipping for the winners of them during the Christmas show. So thank you very much, dude Thor.
Yeah, they're really cool. They actually look very clean as well.
They
Like
are.
the logos and
Yes.
stuff. Very, very nice, which is good.
Very.
You find that very hard with merch like that, you know, when you try and get like mugs and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Usually, if it's not a good
the only
company-
unfortunate thing is that the maker of them is Streamlabs ABS. Yeah, yeah, but yeah. Mate, what a fucking week Streamlabs has had, haven't they? Oh my god, everyone
man.
fucking.
I haven't followed much about it, to be honest. I heard they took the OBS name like without permission or something, and that's literally all I know about it.
It's they basically just the higher ups have proven themselves to be pretty fucking shitty. Some very dodgy business practices. They haven't apparently broken any laws, but they've just behaved very scummy, which is really sad. Like for me personally, like you guys remember when I've had issues, and I've been able to get live 24/7 support from them right in the middle of the podcast. So, you know, I'm happy with them as a provider, but fuck, man, just like I'm still deliberating what I'm going to do. I've been reading up on it and all the rest of it, but yeah.
I just
Yeah,
use
'cause,
like I. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on, bud.
Hang on. I'm currently eating a McFlurry at the same time. This is very difficult.
Oh yes.
But I was going to say I only use their notification thing, like their for their alerts and stuff. I don't actually use OBS Streamlabs. I just use plain old OBS. So
Yep.
is it the streaming software that's the problem? And not the-
No, it's
the
a lot
whole
about them.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right.
what happened, especially for anybody in chat who's not fully aware, Streamlabs decided to use OBS as a base for their streaming platform and the streaming software. And they kept the
Just
OBS
to clarify, OBS is an open source. Anyone can use it. So they're not exactly stealing.
That's very important. Yeah, that's very important. So if it's open source, anyone like us could use it and adapt it, modify it, and make it their own, which is great. Streamlabs decided to take it through a different route when OBS, the original OBS team, said, look, we don't like what you're doing. Basically stop, especially when companies were getting in touch with the original team, complaining about shit. And it's like, well, it's nothing to do with us. It's these guys you want to talk to. Streamlabs basically said, fuck you, and decided to file a patent and do all of that kind of like business-like stuff.
Yeah.
And then after the massive backlash, they took the OBS out of their name.
Yeah.
Like that's going to solve all their problems.
And it wasn't just OBS they had issues with. They copied another company's marketing, Light Elements or something. And a lot of people came out and said their dealings with them have been dodgy. You know, they've spoken to them about ideas, and then they go ahead and do that idea without teaming up, and just the higher ups at the company are pieces of shit. Yeah. And I want to reiterate, like I said, when I've had issues with my streaming software, I jump into their Discord and I get instant support on the fly. They're fucking amazing like that. But the higher ups behind the company, and people need to be aware they're actually owned by Logitech, have been since 2019 as well. So
That's what I was not aware of.
yeah. So at the moment, it's
Logitech going to get into a bit of trouble then, I'd assume, or be questioned at least.
Everyone's dogpiling Streamlabs because they are a separate company owned by Logitech, but Stream Deck Elgato was copied as well. Yep, that's another one. They did some Stream Deck that you can do from your phone and copied pretty much what Elgato is doing with the Stream Deck. So yeah, it's I don't know.
Good.
No, it's shitty business practices. And yeah, so watch this space. Watch this space. We'll see how they react to this. But yeah.
is there like another company out there that does the same thing as them, like with their notifications and?
Yep. Stream Elements. Which that's what's his name?
Soma's thing, isn't it?
Yeah, Soma. Soma works for Stream Elements. We've had him on before and talked about it, and it's quite an interesting organisation as well. So, yeah.
Might be something to look into.
Lightstreams, that was the company. Skullspeed has just said it in chat. They copied Lightstream's website word for word, pretty much. Wow. And it was quite funny, the tweet that Lightstreams put out. Basically, hey, do you mind if I copy your homework? Yeah, sure. Mix it up so it's not obvious that you're copying. And when you looked at the two images side by side, oh my fucking God, it was just blatant. Absolutely blatant what they'd done.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Dude thought saying Stream Elements is God tier. I have wanted to look into Stream Elements a bit more. It was a bit confusing for me, but everyone knows I'm a bit of a boomer. So, yeah. Yep. We shall see. We shall see. But anyway, let's get on with the podcast. So we were going to have Zarge on, and he did send me, just let me move my screens around, the promo stuff for, where is it? For his new map. Have any of you guys managed to check out Iztek?
I did 2 days ago.
No. I've never actually heard of it until today.
Check is it? No, it doesn't look like there's copyright music on it, so let me share the screen.
Go for it.
Pretty decent trailer, to be honest.
So I'm very confused by this map. I thought this map was incredibly small. Don't know why I thought that, but I thought this map was just incredibly small. And now from seeing this trailer, it looks like it's actually a lot bigger than I first imagined. And then, what was I going to say? So I went on to it, slightly bigger than the mask.
Yep.
So I went on to it and was in like some spawn town, I think. And the spawn town confused me because it seemed like roads didn't kind of lead off to any certain like direction or anything. So it seemed like I was trapped in this spawn town. I don't know. I might have been just really confused or something. But I found the server I was playing on, there was no one on it at the time, but I found an SVD faster than I could find food on that server. So I don't know if the spawns are broken on just that server, if the spawns are like that in general. But it was very interesting.
Yeah, it's very hard to say when like you have to try like different servers to see what the spawns are actually like properly. if not, always get in touch with the person and be like, hey, I found this in this place. Is this right? Because at the end of the day, it could still be a bug with the normal map. So,
yeah, sure.
Well, I'm going to boot it up now. I'm going to share my screens for everybody so people can have a proper look at the map in case they are not aware. I'm going to be streaming 1080p 60 FPS, so if the stream tanks, then...
Our crowd's saying the loot table is a bit wonky still.
That's probably why, because, I found a bit SVD faster I could find a can of food.
Right, so... So this is the map.
So do you spawn in the south or the north or where?
No idea.
No clue.
Looking at it through DayZ editor right now, just to get like a proper overview of it.
I missed you last week, mate. You spawn in the south, Sauerkraut saying?
Right, okay.
Can I ask, does the yes, this was the town where I actually was in this area, and I couldn't for the life of me get out of it. I ran around in circles probably twice, and I gave up.
Now this is custom.
Yeah.
And I like it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I said the doors aren't interactable. Yeah.
That's a bit of a shame.
Iztek, Fabian Kick, IZTEK.
That is work. Thank God for that.
So, lad, you might be able to answer this. Why can't we interact with the doors? Is it the model that's not allowing us?
No, it's
is it
probably
just not
because
set up?
the person themselves hasn't set them up yet. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because sometimes depending on like how you want to go about it, you don't necessarily have to do the doors that way. I'll always recommend people do animate doors. It's not that hard to do.
Mark Holland is saying Armour 2 buildings. Is that an Armour 2 building, is it?
I wouldn't know. I've never played Armour 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, it could be. Maybe. I don't know. So somebody who's actually played Armour 2 quite well will have to let us know about that.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo is confirming that is Armour 2, but Ciao Sauerkraut saying the hotel is not, no. So...
Right. Well, which one is it, guys?
Yeah.
No, but that's fine.
You're making us look bad.
I like the green.
It looks pretty. It does, though.
Very interesting. It does look pretty to an extent. Yeah, it's very interesting.
My first reaction when I saw this map is PvP. It's very PvP kind of laid out.
Yes.
A lot of elevation, stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of military locations as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Johnny B's saying, I remember the hotel in Sector B of the Taviana map in Armour 2.
Right. This little village, little hidden town in the woods. I like that it's actually, you know, in like some villages where the trees are like always cut and clear and nowhere around, just to make it clear that it's a village. This is nice.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, this looks new. These grass
textures.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's quite overgrown. Makes it feel like nature's tucked back a little bit, which is great.
Too many trees. Too many trees.
Too many trees.
Someone is literally spinning right now.
Custom signs. Thank God.
I take your medication and go to sleep.
Yeah, fuck off.
Lingor military huts on the map as well, Mark Owen is saying.
Lingo.
Show us one of the military locations.
Apparently it's an airfield. I don't know where it is.
I'm not too sure. I can't really see it. I'm going to check out the mountain. No, that's not the mountain. That's the mountain. Ooh. Okay.
I agree, Fabian. Any new map for DayZ is a positive, in my opinion. We need more talented people creating. I'm curious as to whether this is based on a real place. We don't know. We would have needed Zarge to answer that.
No airfield yet. Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, no airfield yet.
So I would understand that this map is not final. This isn't the finished product. This is like one of the first releases.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Very work in progress, but it looks
okay. That's perfectly fine.
See, that's risky though. Look at what happened with Iztek. Released at work in progress, and I don't know many people who are still playing Iztek, which is kind of sad because it was such a fucking good map, but it was very unfinished.
Yeah, it lacked content outside of the main city.
Yeah,
I like that roadway.
Mm.
I like it's on the map. I
Yes.
love that. I'm really a big fan of that. It's a very helis would work well on this map. A lot of elevation.
Definitely. I like the vibe, actually. I like the vibe. Yeah, the satellite map isn't the best, but, I mean, there's only so much you can do, really, when it comes down to it. I like it.
A little bit of parkour to climb up the mountains by the look of it.
It'd be cool if there was like some Easter egg like in the top of it or something. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw on one of the videos that was shared in the Discord that there was a underground section. I have no idea where this underground section. Oh well, there it is.
Right here.
So don't maybe not go in there. Don't want to spoil people.
Yeah, I'm not going to. No.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. See, I like the little villages. I would recommend there be a little bit more in depth, like maybe some like pathways and stuff like that. Maybe a bit more rubble. Maybe like the lampposts, like power lines going through. That's kind of what I would recommend. I love this detail. I love that. You never really see that.
Like you could do some.
I love that.
Yeah, you could do so many things. Like, why not have a helicopter that's crashed into one of the buildings, or crashed into vehicles on the roads and blocking roads and stuff? You could do such cool little things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Has some islands, which is nice.
I like that. I like that.
Yep.
Okay.
You're pretty good with your camera control, mate.
It's not so bad. I quite like it. You can definitely tell. Thank you very much, Chantel, for the follow. Much appreciated. You can very much tell that it's a work in progress, but...
That's odd.
That's fine. Yeah, that's probably like a placeholder, I'd imagine. But I can actually see where something good can happen with this. A little bit more love, a little bit more attention for some areas, really overhaul them. As a concept for like areas like this, I like it.
Definitely different.
The 10 Scourge is streaming from the server at the moment. Yeah, definitely different. Yeah, which is really nice. Yeah, I'd imagine.
It's a work in progress, so we'll watch your space. It's looking pretty decent.
Definitely. It's definitely looking pretty interesting, that's for sure. Rocky Rock. Okay. Looks like I've done it again.
It's just a lot of rocks. Oh. A lot of elevation. Sniper's Paradise, this place.
Oh, yes. It would be interesting if at nighttime those lights could actually switch on.
Yeah, it would be.
Metaslave, I recommend jumping in the podcast Discord, mate, and just telling people what sort of server you like, and you'll probably find someone can recommend a server, because that's one of the problems right now. There's so many servers out there, but it's hard to know what each server is about.
Yeah, I like it so far though. I'm not going to sit here and like completely shit on it, because I mean I
It's
am
still
just
being
going around
developed.
the map and just flying about. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I like the vibe. I like the attention that you're trying. Well, not the attention, but I like what you're trying to go for here. Something new. Oh shit! I was wondering what was happening there. Something new, which is really great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to spoil it for people like going to the underground areas, which is something that I absolutely love in maps. So I'm going to definitely praise you, Zarge. By the way, thanks for popping into the chat. Really going to praise you for even trying to go for an underground route, which is really cool. I'm not going to show it to people because I want, you know, I'd imagine you'd want people to actually go there and explore the map yourself. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting map. It's going to be a really good PvP map. It's going to be it's going to have some good elements of like the survivalist aspect.
I like that it's got a few islands around it by the look of it that, you know, are places of interest. And
definitely.
You know, I saw Sauerkraut say he's got the expansion mod on there, so he's got boats and helis and things like that. So, yeah.
Which will really complement this map really nicely, especially going to Arcada Island, which is going to be really nice. Like I said, you can definitely tell it's work in progress, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I mean that in a really good way.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what else you can produce with this. It's going to be really, really, really cool.
I recognise the name Metaslave, Sinful Scumbag. I've seen you in there, yeah. Post up, mate, and what your style is, and we'll recommend some servers for you, buddy.
Okay, there's a prison island. I have to check this out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Is there a bridge that connects the that to the mainland? Okay.
Yes,
I couldn't see that on the map thing. I was going, why are there all these cars on an island? Okay, no, there's a road there. Yep.
I would definitely recommend people to jump on the map to get into Zarge's Discord. I would assume that you do have a Discord, mate. And talk about the map. You know, bug reports, feedback, stuff like that is always going to help map makers. So I would definitely recommend jump into a server, try and get as many servers populated as possible, get the word spread around. Because stuff like this, when I saw Prison Island, I won't lie, I half expected to see like the normal prison building that we have in DayZ, but this
one custom, it is, yeah.
Yes, this is custom. I can't wait, they're complaining incessantly.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stream this tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely do.
Hop on the Wolves of DayZ and stream it, make a video on it if I get any content from it.
And you know, Zarge, I can pretty much say what I think about it as well, about what it needs here and there. You know, I've worked on maps myself, so, well, working on one right now, but can only give feedback where I feel is appropriate. I'm not going to comment about the interiors for these buildings because they are custom assets, and getting the interior for buildings like this is going to be a pain. So I would not be surprised if there would not be any interiors at all. So I think this is going to be an absolutely fantastic map.
Yeah.
See details like this, like the catwalks.
Yeah.
In the little yards. That is so nice. That's really, really cool. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah,
Only
jump
come
in,
in,
Zarge.
Zarge,
If you're feeling up to it, mate, jump in. We're just sitting in the podcast Discord. You've got access, mate.
I like this. I really like this. And I love this. It's really cool.
It's definitely very, very unique.
Oh, definitely. And I like. See, I can already envision this area being completely taken over by a base, like a clan or something like that. Like separate yards for separate areas.
G'day, Zarge.
And
How
then
you
the
doing, buddy?
headquarters is right here.
I'm good,
I think
tired
this
as
is going
fuck.
to be a really cool map.
Sorry if I was wearing.
Fucking hell,
Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Mate, you're fine, man. You sound tired.
I am.
Been a long day at
I'm
work?
really tired.
So how far into the development are you?
Well, I've always said that the map will never be 100% finished.
Naturally, yeah.
Because I have so many ideas for it that I want to do and things I want to improve as well. But I would say that it's sort of finished in a way, but I still want to continue to add stuff to it.
So you're after
I
want
as
to
much
keep it
feedback
fresh.
as possible from people?
What was that?
You're after as much feedback as possible from people about anything they spot and any ideas they have and things like that?
Yeah.
Yep. It looks nice though, mate. It really does.
I mean, I like it. I really, it's how do I explain it? It's something new and fresh. I feel.
A normal size map
sure.
without the survival element that Namolsk has with the freezing. That'll make a lot of people happy, in my opinion.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
I like the custom buildings. I do like that. It's not the same copy and paste of just standalone buildings constantly. Obviously, you do have them as well.
It's a lot of armor buildings, to be fair.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right,
I
they
never
are,
really played
right,
much
okay.
armors.
And no.
Fresh, kind of new.
So
for me.
there's those brown apartments there. They are armor.
Right. Okay. So we were talking earlier on. I don't know if you were in chat. Is this based on a real place, or is this something like just?
Is based like the foundation of the terrain is based on the Seskara island in the Baltic Sea.
Okay, so it is
Right,
based on a real
okay.
place.
Yeah, but then I was looking at it when I first started. I was looking at it. I was like, well, I have a base. I'm just going to split this thing in half. And then I removed a bunch of islands and changed the terrain. So it still has a foundation of that Seskara island, but it is 95% fictional.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So, is there anywhere in this map that you're extremely proud of, like in terms of just like what you've done, just so I can show it off to people?
The big city.
Big
It's probably my favorite.
Is that Borisov?
No, Asak.
or-
Asak.
Asak. Ah, right.
Right hand side. Yeah.
Oh shit! Oh yes. Oh dear. Hello there.
Oh, geez. Imagine going across
I like
that and getting shot at.
I like this. I like it a lot.
It's giving me crazy Valning vibes in a way. Because Valning's like that, where it has like these big, super high, like cities with like loads of tall buildings, and the rocky parts really remind me of it as well. Because there's not many other maps out there that utilize like rocks, so which is a good thing.
Definitely.
I lost. I know that I made this city twice. I lost it back in June. I don't know if you remember that. I think you were in Grandpa's Discord when I was crying for help, lad.
I think I recall. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. No, but
yeah.
10 days, and I
That's an
sat, like,
interesting
hours
little
on end.
setup there.
How would you? Okay, I'm gonna have to actually go little back alley. I like it.
That
Okay. That is just that little bit. That is ingenious.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a bit of a fucking maze, like, Jesus Christ. I love it though.
I guess you get lost on the ground then.
Oh, mate, don't even get started. I can't wait to explore that properly.
Little things like little walkways up there as well, and areas where it looks like they've tried to cordon off and that. Those little things matter to me because it adds to the immersion of the apocalyptic feel.
Oh, that is okay.
That's going to be such a crazy place for PvP. This area.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Okay, I'm gonna check
It's a
that sign out
little
in a
joke
second.
to a good friend that bought that billboard.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's going to be terrifying to try and get on top of. Have you just put this way so people actually like try and get up and then die?
Yeah, I kind of put it there just, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
I think you gotta take a bit of a distance, so just back
Yeah.
up a little bit.
Ah, it doesn't matter.
I know you're able to jump up on it
Yeah.
without that thing, but
Mhm.
for some reason it's.
No, I'll definitely take your word for it. It's just been weird. It might be a DayZ editor thing. I'm not too sure. But I see, little details like this is something that maps don't often have. This actually feels like somebody could have lived here, which is something that a lot of maps forget about. I feel. So I like it. Definitely got my approval.
And now that website does not exist.
Oh, I was just about to try it as well, you dick.
It does give you 2 websites though, but I have not clicked on them, and I do not plan to.
Don't blame you at all.
That's bizarre, right? What
So
I've
this
just written in
actually
chat there.
feels-
He has trouble with the AMD GPUs and some maps.
Yeah, an AMD update's just come out to help fix that.
But Esker's always been bad with FPS, but I've never had it that bad.
No.
I have a AMD GPU, and it's been fine for me.
What? Yeah, I think it's only certain cards that have that issue. But see, this is it. Like this right now. Let me just walk on through this. It actually feels, and I know I've just said it before, but it actually feels like a real town. It feels like a real place. Like things where things are placed, things where you've put stuff, make sense. So I would assume as well that you'd have some kind of like background to the map, like a story or lore or something like that explains why things the way they are. Is that right?
There is a bit, yeah.
Okay.
There
Do
is
you
a
want
bit.
do you want to talk about it a little bit if you want to? Is there any spoilers in it?
Oh god, I can't remember it all. It's not a lot, but
Yeah.
see if I can bring it up very quick. Well, it's like I said, it was based on what the island is based on and whatnot, and taken over by the the Russians in the 1970s, and
Right.
they were doing something underground which
Mhm.
affected the environment.
Mhm.
And in the early 2000s, they came under an agreement with the NATO and to send over U.S. troops and scientists to investigate what was going on. And
Right.
there's not much more to
Yep.
it, really. Like I kind of kept it short and left the rest to imagination
Yep.
for people, if that makes sense. Like,
Best way to go about it.
but
I like it.
because there's this guy called Bevi who's made a really good video about it, and when he spoke about it, it was like it was a lot more lore than I intended to, and that's where I guess his imagination came in, and it was really pretty fucking cool. Sorry for the language.
Yeah. Mate, you're fucking fine. Don't worry about it.
Uh,
Stuff
nice.
like this.
Yeah.
I love. Storytelling by design, like stuff like that. It's like one of my jams. I love. I can't remember the exact term for it. But when you look at stuff, right, in the way it's placed and the way stuff's left, and it tells a story, even if you're not intentionally doing it, it says a lot to someone like me about what exactly is going on, which is really cool. And in this, like, I love it. Small little details like that. I love it. I love this map. I love it. I'm definitely gonna be trying to find a server and play on it.
so the official server I'm running it's been crazy. It's been full since 5-6 p.m. UK time yesterday, and
Jesus.
I've never in a million years thought I would ever have a server that would be full like that.
Aye.
People love.
And the spawn town's been worse than Vorkuta. And there's not even any cold to fight against.
People love something new to
Jeez.
explore and get lost on. Do you have a Discord server for yourself, Zarge?
Yes, I do. Let's see.
Just share it in the chat there, mate. And I'll share it across to the YouTube chat.
There we go.
Even the queue was full.
Jesus. Hey, mate, that's fucking good, dude. That's fucking great.
Now, I just want to quickly address CNS clean out junk removal. We need Bohemia to update to DayZ 2. This great game needs a major uplift, so much needed features can be implemented and some buggy gameplay can be fixed. When is DayZ 2 going to be worked on? Well, we don't know if there ever will be a DayZ 2, but if there's going to be, it won't be, in my opinion, until after Armour 4 or Armour Reforged is completed.
No.
So, and then, yeah, it might be up to the modding community to recreate DayZ Standalone on the Armour 4 engine. Yeah.
Sounds about right, to be fair. Unless they do another engine swap, a full infusion engine swap, which, God, that'll break a lot of mods. But no, no, Zarge, that map is really, really cool. Like, you know, obviously my criticisms of like stuff being sparse in those areas in the cities, and again, I can't comment on the underground bit because I don't want to show it to people. You've done a really bang up job. I really can't wait to see more of what you can do with the map based on what people say for their feedback. I'm excited. First time I've been excited on a map since Banov, really. There's been a few maps since then, like when that first started developing, getting published out, you know. So, yeah, keep up the good bloody work, dude. Keep up the work.
No, thank you. Yeah, there's There's quite a bit I want to do, but I have so many ideas that are just out of my range of what I can do, like scripting wise
Yeah.
and stuff. You know.
Thing is,
Oh,
though,
yeah.
mate, if you
So many
if you
things.
ask around, I'm certain you'll find someone who's prepared to help you, mate. That's one thing I've noticed with this community. There are so many people out there who are willing to help other people out if they've got a good idea, and yeah.
Oh, I've tried. It's hard though. It's
Yes, especially at the moment.
yeah.
But so is it just you that's on this project, or do you have
Yes.
like one or two other people? It's just you.
No, it's just me. Just me.
Hmm.
And I basically I built the map since I started learning to build maps or doing modding and whatsoever for DayZ. Like I've only been on PC since February, and then I started doing the map in April. So
Bloody
it's,
hell. No time to bloody stop. That's
I went blind. Went in blind.
Yeah, I assume Grandpa's been a great help.
Oh yes, and most of all, Richie. You know Richie, right?
I
He's
haven't
been
spoken to them properly, but yeah.
No, he's been amazing. He's the reason I'm sitting here, I guess.
There you go.
So I have a lot of credit to give to him for having the patience to stick up with my 2,000 questions a day back then.
There's a lot of good eggs like that. Like Dumpgrad's another one. I used to annoy him all the time, and he was always so patient. And yeah, just there's so many good people out there. Like Hunter CZ just said in chat with some small scripts can help. Ask around, mate. Post up in the podcast Discord or in the DayZ modded Discord. You'll find someone, I'm sure, mate. You'll be able to come to an arrangement with someone to be able to help you with what ideas you've got or prod you in the right direction if it's something you can do yourself. And just ask. The worst they're going to say is no.
Yeah.
Just don't buy stolen scripts from a modder like Sauerkraut apparently did. That's a story we need to know more about.
Oh god, Jesus Christ, that's out to think.
Yeah.
But no, mate, like I said, the map is really, really cool. I really, really like what you're going for. Can't wait to see more of what you can do, and hopefully you can get a team together to fulfill the ideas that you have left. Keep it up, man. Absolutely keep it up. Can't wait to see what you got.
I appreciate it.
Anything else you want to tell us, mate?
There's a little dark secret. You probably closed down your editor now, didn't you, lad?
I have, but I can boot it back up.
There's a dark little thing. I think would be pretty fun to see.
All right, okay, I'm booting it back up. All right, you interest boy. Let's see what you got. I'm gonna say this right now, fucking. And all the time I've had to use DayZ Editor lately to test stuff for another project, I've only seen my picture come up once. It's only DanceofJesus that ever pops up in my document. Like, fuck's sake.
If you go to CP14, it's right next to Anitova. To the left. It should show up on the map. It's in that little crossroad there, that crossing left of Anitova, just next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't see that.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Hacker.
God, I love the editor.
There's you got the some static objects there, but then there's like the medical tents behind you to your left. I'm just gonna let you try and find it. You're close to it. Ooh. Getting warm.
Yay! No! No! That is dark, dude! No! No! Oh, bless that Ben. Bless them.
I actually saw a screenshot today someone had taken where they had added a bunch of teddy bears right in front of it and stood beside it.
Wow. Oh, that's... Oh, my heart. Fuck's sake, dude. You're a twat. I love that, though. I like shit like that. That's really cool. All this love.
I've had a lot of complaints about that.
That you can't
Well,
actually
because
interact
people
with them.
think it's...
Yeah. They're like, oh, fake loot, no thanks, etc. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone's saying jump.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, dude, the map. Just little details like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
That's cool, man. That's very, very cool.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Keep it up. Keep working on it, and work in progress. Do you ever stream when you're working on the map?
No, I don't.
No.
I don't know. I've thought about it, but I don't think I'll ever get around to it. To be fair,
Yeah. Fair enough.
I like the
perfectly
surprise.
fine.
So
Yes, I was just about to say sometimes it's really nice to like get a genuine surprise for like a big update.
yeah.
Do feel free though to post screenshots of like new upcoming stuff that you're working on in the podcast Discord. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be really, really happy to see what you got going.
Yeah, we'll keep people updated.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Nothing else you want to share with us, mate?
No, I don't. I don't have anything. I think.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, buddy. You're welcome to hang around if you want to. You know what else we've got, but if you want to take off, that's fine. Because you said you're pretty tired.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take off.
No worries, then, buddy.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Get yourself some rest. Get yourself something nice to eat.
Yeah, gonna try at least.
If you could post a link to that Discord in the podcast somewhere for me and tag me, just so I can add it to the description of the video when I get it done.
Let me see. I just got to generate a new link. That doesn't expire.
Yep.
Just somewhere in the podcast Discord.
Yeah, just put it in the main chat.
Yep. Just tag me in it.
All right.
At Boydie.
All right. Cool.
No worries.
Cool. I'll do that. All right. Thank you for letting me come on.
You're welcome, mate.
Anytime, man. Anytime. You're always welcome to come back.
Get yourself some sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a good one.
Okay, buddy.
Take care of yourself, bud.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now, that looks interesting. That looks very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really cannot wait to see more of what that map has in store. I'm definitely going to make it my journey to the underground area. I'm really interested in what he's got going there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be fun.
Now, we had some good media coverage for DayZ during the week.
We did.
Yeah. DayZ developer arranges in-game memorial for grieving player's dead friend. That was nice of them to reach out.
Yeah, I saw it on pop up on my Facebook, and I actually done a little bit of a double take, and I'm like, wait, hang on a second, that's our DayZ right there.
Yeah.
So I read the article, and it was really, really nice. It was really nice to see that like mainstream gaming media is taking notice of stuff like that. I even posted a response to it. Let's see if I can just find it. I responded to the article on Facebook. I'm a co-host of DayZ podcast and we've covered similar topics to this. Quite some time ago, a player from the DayZ Down Under servers based in Australia passed away. Now, if you look across the Stav airfield, you'll find a cross with a UN helmet there, as that was one of his favourite roles in the game.
Yep.
This is nothing new to the DayZ team, which makes it more wholesome that they genuinely care, which is true.
Did you comment on that article, did you?
On Facebook, I did, yes.
On Facebook, yeah. Yep. And they've done it before for others as well, like they mentioned in here, and it's just cool that they do little things like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like, you know, people like to shit on the team and whatnot about, you know, updates and lack of content, you know, not Power 2.62 and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when people who genuinely care about the game and they lose their lives, it's really, really nice to get some kind of appreciation and acknowledgement for that. So more props to them.
Yeah.
No, love it. Really, really cool to see.
Definitely. It was very surprising to see something like that. You're just scrolling late at night, you know, just chilling out, like, right, I'm going to bed. Oh, hang on a second. It was really nice to see, and hopefully, well, not hopefully, if you know what I mean, but it, you know, when more good stuff like that happens, like what they do, hopefully gets a little bit more recognition.
And usually when one publisher or one company covers it, then a bunch of others all cover it as well. And yeah, it's just good publicity. Good publicity.
Definitely.
Now, the Running Man put a tweet out during the week that I was quite happy with. DayZ creators, if you're streaming on a new map and you're enjoying it, try to send even a few bucks to that person that made the map, and do your best to steer your community that way too. We profit from new maps, the extra interest in the game, the extra views. Yeah,
I was reading the tweets, and the only thing that I could hear at the back of my mind was #AdoptAModder.
Yes.
That's all I could think of.
Yep.
That's all I can fucking think of. I was just like, God damn it, Boydie, you're all living there in my head, aren't you? But if people read the thread, everyone, like, the Running Man's has such a phenomenal point about it, and it's something that we've been kind of reiterating since, well, God knows how long right now. But it's great. It's really, really, really nice that bigger content creators on the platform are actually taking a stand to be like, look, we all use this content. These people produce this content for free. Even if you can just send them like a couple of quid or something like that, a couple of dollars or buckaroos or Monopoly money or whatever, do it.
AdoptAModder. AdoptAModder.
I mean, I don't know about that. That's kind of weird, Ike. But seriously, but yeah, so I'm really happy with that. I'm really, really happy with the response. And from what I saw, most of it was generally positive. Obviously, there'll be a few little negative nannies there, negative Andes, but that's just one of those things. And hopefully, more content creators slowly get on board with doing that. Because for some modders, modding is a full-time job. And yeah, sure, it is a hobby at the end of the day, and they shouldn't have to do like modding to pay the bills.
Mm-hmm.
But in today's climate and today's age, like content creation, modding, whatever, it's just one of those things. It's like, you know, anything to get a little bit of cash to pay the bills. So, you know, if people want to create content, create mods, and get a little bit of money out of it by donations or whatever, fantastic.
Well, I want to also cover in chat they're talking about it. Don't know about other people, but I found it kind of distracting and annoying to run across a billboard in Banov with a streamer's banner on it. And now, Cabello actually did a tweet about it. I gather some people had said that he was, taking payments or something like that from people. I'm just trying to find the tweet. Did a lot of people write that they paid me for the content creators? No, don't pay. It's my decision to add them. It's a small thank you for promoting the map. And I want to thank all the content creators for the promotion. Now, I made a comment on this that I understand what people are saying about how it's not that people are paying for it. I know for a fact they didn't. But the suggestion I had was that they need to be redone. And I've got someone redoing the podcast one so that it's more immersive to the actual feel of the map. It was a mistake to post it on Twitter. I see you've limited it to only people can reply. But Twitter can be a fucking toxic cesspit at times. It's kind of sad that doing something nice for people got turned into such a negative.
That's the thing. People like to bitch and complain about shit all the fucking time. So, but it is good that you did try to clear the air about it, because I would imagine people's like, oh well, this guy's he's probably taking some cash for all this shit. I've got a fucking shit on him. It's like, no, he didn't. He's literally just been appreciative of people who supported him. So it's like, I don't see any issue with it. And I'm totally not saying that because the podcast one's on there. But even with, like, when I've played, I've seen Toprex, I've seen Mr. OGs, I've seen Running Mans, all that kind of stuff. And I love it. I think it's really nice. To me, it doesn't detract from the map at all. I mean, if you think a billboard is really going to detract your entire experience of your time on the map, you're looking at the wrong things, mate. You need something to eat, have a Snickers, something like that. Just chill out. So
there's nothing wrong with that at all. And he didn't. None of these were paid. Like, Buddy, I think did he reach out to you to see if you wanted one done?
No, he just did it.
He's done them. Yeah. So it's good that he's just doing them for people he likes or for people who approach the service. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, this is the thing. It's like there is nothing different whatsoever for creating a billboard and having a little Easter egg just somewhere plunked on the map.
Maybe he could add an Easter egg to the podcast one and write leech on it.
Shut up! Stop saying that, Buddy. But no, honestly, mate, like, there's literally no difference between the two. At least with the banners, it's more appreciative.
You know what really surprised me, though? When I was discussing it with the Running Man, he said this is the first time anyone has done anything like this for him. That kind of surprised me that no one else had thought to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right, Della.
He summed it up perfectly.
Yeah. But, for any content creator, modder, map maker, if you make an Easter egg and you do one about the DayZ podcast, Iron Brew, that's all I ask.
Iron Brew. Did you see AOC had a big thing with chasing down Iron Brew when she was in Scotland for that World Leaders Conference?
No.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
It was quite a big thing.
Oh, okay.
Archie is having internet issues. Sorry, Aiden. So he couldn't. Looks like he's not going to be able to make it. But yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, once his internet gets sorted, he'll start becoming a bit more regular in the podcast. But real life always comes first, so that's perfectly fine. But no, I mean,
I did like the Running Man's one actually. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah.
I think if there's one way you can try and make them a little bit more immersive, or whatever,
because like you can see the
It's like-
scuffings around the edges of this,
Yeah.
but the actual logo itself, I think, needs to be like aged, just to make it look. Yeah, if there's anyone out there who does good art and wants to reach out to Cabello, I'm certain he would appreciate it. Just to be able to redo them, scuff them up a bit, and just make them look a bit more immersive.
Maybe have some tears in them, you know, where they're kind of like
Yeah.
maybe peeling off at certain edges and stuff as well. It'd be cool. Like, just make them look. They look like they've been sitting there, you know, 20 years or whatever.
That's it. But
I love them, mate. I personally, I find them. I find myself now when I'm running across the map, wondering which one I'm going to. When you see a billboard, it's like, oh, what's this one going to be? What's this one going to be? So that's me personally. I love my immersion and all, but I also enjoy the. I think it's pretty cool. I do.
oh well, that's it.
No, you could add a Spider-Man Easter egg to the Amish Z one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I sent you a new version. 1 second. What's he sent? Make it look like it's at the end of life, like Boydie. Fucking hell, Ike, you're in fine form today. DOJ's got a good point there as well. I think making fake ads using specific references or something like this would be super cool. Definitely.
Yeah, that's it. Like, if you, I mean, it's one thing to, whereas, you know, before I was like, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. But if it truly does become an issue, creating some kind of like fake advertisements, like Armour said, I don't know, a deck of playing cards or something like that.
Yeah, well,
TMRZ.
I just had an idea then. How about a shoe billboard that says it's time to start running, and the shoes are TRMZ branded? Just some really cool things like that. That said, I said before I really liked the Running Man's logo. Or the Running Man's billboard. It was probably one of the most immersive of all of them. But yeah, now this is just spitballing. For me, it's not a deal breaker. I fucking love this map. I have not played anything else for the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Since I did that stream with Cabello, it's all I've been playing. Absolutely fucking loving it. The base that I've built up in, I can never remember the name of the town, one to the north of Bobot. Yeah, I'm just absolutely fucking in love with it, and went for a big run the other day. Ended up dying in that tunnel of fucking death. I tagged Cabello in it as well on Twitter, but it's just awesome. It is absolutely awesome. Done such a good job. No worries, lad. But yeah, it's become a big fucking scandal, and some people aren't happy about it. And just get over it. At the end of the day, it's Cabello's map, and he can do whatever the fuck he wants with it, folks.
Yeah, a lot of people are just giving out just to find something to give out about. That's all. Not the end of the world in any way, shape, or form. You're not going to die, over it. He's not hurting anyone.
Nope.
So,
yeah,
it's not wrong.
Right. Cheers, Roto. That's a very nice thing to say, buddy. Back to the weekly show agenda. Now, this is something that I saw a tweet of. People were complaining about food, and I was hoping Archie was going to be on. I'm going to keep the audio. Oh, well, it's popping up there. There's still people saying like how much or how often they die in DayZ. And it was based on a conversation. Someone put a tweet up. I can't remember who it was. If anyone could remember and link it, would be good. But someone was talking about, what's their go-to for finding food in DayZ, and is it fish or fruit? And for me, it's map dependent. But most Livonia, no fruit spawns on Livonia for some weird reason off the trees there.
I never even knew that.
For pretty much every other map, fruit spawns, but people don't understand how it spawns still with the dynamic spawn system. Like, I still remember Spud with DayZ Down Under some time back, where the servers were really hardcore. Even I struggled with it because I didn't understand how the mechanic works. But basically, what people need to be aware of is the longer you spend in a location and the more people there are in that same location, the more fruit will eventually start spawning from the trees, and that includes mushrooms around the hay bales and things like that. Chickens will start to spawn in as well. So when you get to somewhere, if you just run like a mad lad through the town and loot up any food you find there, which often isn't a lot, and then start running on to the next town, you've just wasted a stack of food. Like Mellow Watts is saying in chat, loot the town, then the trees. Don't go straight to the trees because it takes time for the dynamic spawn system to kick in. That same thing applies to stones. If you weren't able to find the knife, well, if there's dirt roads and the trails around the town as well, the stones will start to spawn in as well. So the longer you wait in that location, the more stuff will spawn in. The chickens will spawn in, the fruit will spawn in, the mushrooms will spawn in. Like he's saying, when I'm goofing around on empty servers, there is always an explosion of mushrooms in about 5 minutes.
Usually,
Don't go.
When like I'm say on a pure vanilla server, whether it be official or something, it's these like cabins or little shops that he's seen here. Yep. The shop that he was just in where he was killing those zombies a minute ago is always a very good place to spawn food. Those houses around that shop are always very, very good for spawning food. And killing zombies itself is probably the number one thing you can do. If you find a weapon, just kill zombies. You will, at least, at minimum, you'll find a can of soda on a zombie. Yeah. There's a ton of different food spawns out there. Usually I don't go for fruit and stuff because usually I'm kind of trying to...
get back
get up north as fast as I can and stuff like that. I'll usually kill chickens as well. Chickens is the best, really, really good way to do it. Yep. Very quick, pop them on a fire, a couple of minutes later, you're good to go.
And like Durlef's just said there, mate, if you sit down in the house of the town you're in and kill a chicken, when you're done, there will be fruit everywhere. Now, I also want to point something out that I found out just the other day. With the chickens, it's an exploit or a glitch that if you just kill the chicken and cut it up, you're going to get a percentage of meat from the chickens. But if you actually pick up the chicken and put it basically into your hands and then put it down and cut it up, you get 100% on every piece of chicken that you get from the chicken.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either. And I tested it on stream the other day and it worked. I killed a chicken and I cut it up and I only got 60%, 70% steaks from the chicken. Then I killed another one and I picked it up, put it down, cut it up, and I got 200% steaks from the chicken. So I'm certain that will be fixed sometime soon, but it gives you that little bit of an extra edge when you're surviving.
And even like if you have a big crew of people with you and you're down south or up north, wherever, anywhere on the map, usually you'll hear, if you're in a town, you'll hear an animal, whether it be a deer, cow, pig, goat, sheep even, you'll hear them around. And even if you have a 22 or a 9mm, if you're sneaky, aim for the head, you'll be able to drop that animal, and then all you need is a knife then, and you can just get all the meat fine. And you will get a lot of meat, especially if it's a cow or something like that, or even wolves.
The other thing as well with animals, one of the best ways to get the most meat is if you're in a vehicle, just run them over. Because the percentages of meat, I think, is tied to how much damage you do to the animal, like over a series of different hits or shots. Whereas if you just run them over and kill them with one blow, you get maximum meat from them as well. So, there's so many ways to find food in this game, but I think someone really needs to do a video explaining the dynamic spawn system in detail. And the fruit is like that. The fruit is not the greatest source of energy, so you do need to get a lot of it.
That's why you dry it.
Yeah.
Or you bake it.
Mm-hmm.
Baking your vegetables is actually a really good way of getting the most out of them.
Oh my God,
You must do some really cracking Sunday's dinner then, Ike.
Bada boom, tis. Yeah. But no, definitely worth checking out the dynamic spawn system in more depth. Like I'm playing on a vanilla loot server. I generally don't have much trouble finding ready to go food. But yeah, if you're on a high pop server, it may be harder. But yeah,
they added in a ton of food back. Was it 110, 111? Something like that. And there was
one of those two.
There was a shit ton of food they added in, and so that's helped a lot because you go into most houses, you'll usually find something. So yeah, even big, whether it be big or small, it'll get you through until you find the next thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the best foods you can find is pretty much actually one of the new foods I find.
Getting that's usually what I find.
Is like, oh, it's so good. Really, really good.
That and rice is still pretty good.
Yeah, the rice
takes your thirst down, but if you have water on you, you're fairly fine then.
Yeah, that's it, really. It's not too bad. I
think jam is fairly good as well.
Yeah, if anything, I wish there was more stuff to drink, but it's very hard to do that, unfortunately.
There's actually a server I'm playing on at the moment. It's vanilla. And what they do is they take some of the stuff that's in, the base game files that hasn't been added in and just add it in. So not like weapons, but like they have a glass water bottle, for example. That spawns around the map with water in it as well. And it's just, there's another, instant like drink source. There's stuff like that, which is really cool. So I don't know why that stuff isn't added into the game if it's in the game files. Seems like it'd be fairly easy to do.
I think it's, liquids, and I'm going to get a bit technical here. Liquids are done by a 32-bit integer, right? Water, gasoline, stuff like that is the main ones that work. The others, not so much. Even modders have had a really, really rough time doing it, creating their own different kind of liquids because of that limitation. We've asked if the devs are willing to make it better, so it's not a 32-bit integer, it's 64 or something like that. No luck, unfortunately. So we're pretty much stuck between water and gasoline. Or as I like to call it, spicy water. So
yeah, pretty much that.
Yeah. But
this water bottle, it did or the glass water bottle just had water in it, so it was I'm assuming that's why, but it was still pretty cool.
Otherwise, it would have vodka. Yeah, because that glass bottle.
Oh, it's probably for vodka. Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, one really cool way that they got around it with the cans, is that the cans of food is actually technically food. It's not actually a liquid.
All right. Is that why it's always crunchy? Because it's a food and not a liquid.
What kind of fucking drink? What kind of cans of pop have you been drinking where they're crunchy?
Oh, the pop! I thought you meant the
Jesus
food.
Christ.
I thought you said food. I was
like, are you drinking out of date Coca-Cola?
Yes, it's literally like a jelly.
Nice. No, but the cans of pop is classed as a food, so. That's how they got around that. They've just got the quantity similar to how food functions, but the animations and the sounds kind of disguise it as being a liquid of sorts.
Right.
So
would it be cool?
Yeah.
I just like that Ike has switched his attention to you now, Mark.
That's okay. He can.
What was Ike saying about me? Cheeky.
Everything.
Oh, lovely. Thanks.
Wouldn't it be cool though if they added vodka into the game that could be used as a disinfectant? But like it gives like a certain percent, so maybe like standard disinfectant completely disinfects something, but the vodka has a chance of not disinfecting it. It's like a random.
I just want Molotovs.
That'd be cool as well.
Yeah.
I just want me fucking Red 9. But yeah, so
Understanding the dynamic system and how it can work for you folks, it's almost like an exploit once you know how it works, but it's not an exploit because it's a game feature. So many people just aren't aware. It's one of the best tips you can give. Someone asks for advice as a new player, learn the dynamic spawn system. You take that little bit of extra time in a town, 15, 20, 25 minutes in the first town you get to. You can generally leave there with a full apple, full water, and if you do that extra steps like you were saying there, lad, about cooking the food before you just scoff it down your throat, you'll get even more nutrition from it.
The best way to learn loot spawns for DayZ, it doesn't matter how many videos you watch, you have to play the game.
Yeah.
You have to go in there, whether it be vanilla server. It doesn't have to be official. There's plenty of community vanilla servers out there or something like that. But that's the best way you're going to be able to learn the spawns for this stuff is you have to play the game. You have to die, a couple of times or whatever. So we've all been there.
It's in general, it's not a game that you can just jump into and have success with straight away.
No, that's it. Like you said, no matter how many videos you watch, you're never a true expert until you actually play the game.
No. Yeah.
Because, information, even Archie's video like that, can easily become outdated with any update. And the only way that you can truly keep up with it is to actually play. That's it.
Yep. See, that's cool.
That's nice.
I like that. Yeah.
And looks like one for Amish Z as well.
Yeah.
Z-Ball.
It kind of puts it into an ad as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that.
See, this is what we were talking about, Cabello. You can still do a promo for someone, but instead of it being bam in your face, like the one that I'll mention the most is Toprek's bright red one. Even Amish Z one with the beautifully crafted logo, it's just bam in your face. Whereas these done like this, this is Sauerkraut has said these to me. These are fucking fantastic. And if we can get someone to do these for all, whenever you've got someone you want to add, they look brilliant. They really, really do beat the daily right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very, very good one. And the podcast one as well is very, very good.
Yep.
The podcast one you could turn into like a TV show advertising, like if there was some spin-off you could do as well, you could do that.
That's kind of the thought I had. And, even I had the idea that, this is set in Slovakia, so why not even have the writing in that language? I know a lot of people won't understand it, but, yeah, I mean, I always go too far with shit, but, yeah. Even the Amish logo would work with a bit of wear to make it look like a billboard exposed to the elements for a couple of years. I'm still waiting on mine to get done, Cabello. I will. This is something that Sauerkraut has done for his servers. So, yeah, this is what we're talking about, making them look more immersive to the actual era. I would love to see the actual creators themselves or someone who's a fan of them create something that's even more of an Easter egg. Like imagine if you did one for what's his bloody name? Oh my God, the Lamborghini of DayZ, the Brute 33 gecko fish. Imagine what you could do with him. A knockoff Brute 33 bottle, the Lamborghini of the fragrance industry, and all the rest of it. Just there'd be so many Easter eggs that a community could come up with that would make sense to those people, and the others would be like, what's all that about? I understand that's for such and such, but what does all this mean? Add more Easter eggs to it.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Like saying the AMD driver update did not fix his ESCA issue, just checked and you're still getting 17 FPS. Get good, Ike, get good.
Yeah, I get
I like the way they came out, though, those billboards.
Yeah.
I might need to reach out and get one done as a channel banner. They're that good.
Well, there you go.
Okay. Uncle Ray had a suggestion on Twitter. Sort of related to the last thing. At DayZ streamer drops, as other games have done, where the viewers get a clothing item or character unlock that represents the streamer. This can be added to the custom character spawns, Thoughts Mummy. Now, Sauerkraut's saying straight away, server owners can do that already. They have to make the clothing, though. Not a fan of the idea, to be fair. I think any game that's done that is usually shit, in my opinion. LOL DayZ is better than that. Content creation would just be saturated with people wanting their own item.
If it was, is he saying like put it into the official kind of game?
Yeah, but dropped. So I'm guessing he's implying that it's done through Twitch, like they've done with other games.
Ew, Twitch. Disgusting.
No,
I mean, you could do that.
I'm not a fan of the idea. I'm not a fan of
There'd be a lot of... See, it doesn't work in DayZ because... I don't know. Like, Rust is kind of... Like, Rust does it, but Rust is known for having... Like, it's kind of quirky clothing and stuff, right? So, like, if a content creator was to have their own clothing, it would have to look kind of weathered or, like, have... Like, it would... Like, you couldn't spawn in with a, say, like a Shroud jumper and it has high insulation, best insulation, and straight off, when you spawn. It would have to be, balanced, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't sound like a good idea to me. Like, if it was a mod... like, servers like they do, that's fine. That's okay. Servers do it all the fucking time to, to have clans. Like, we had Chris FPS on last weekend and he was talking about it with Blue Waffle Attack Force. That's perfectly fine. But is to add something like that to the vanilla game, it's a bit... it kind of detracts from the point of vanilla a little bit,
My thing would be, if it's not done correctly, we saw the shit Cabello got for his billboards. Imagine what people would do for that.
I just feel like the attention can go elsewhere. There's more important things that DayZ needs to address than content creator clothing.
Yeah.
One thing I was just about to say, one thing I would really like, if they're going to do any kind of Twitch drops, is have custom backgrounds or custom icons or something like that for your Steam profile. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But having content in-game, no, because that's the thing. It's like, you'd get it, and you just drop it anyway for better clothing. Like, so what would be the point, really? So that's all I can really think of. Cars, I fucking hate cars. I hate people about fucking cars.
I think we mentioned this before when the DayZ Battle Royale mod was kind of popular and Keegan was wanting to put in I think weapon skins and stuff like that for different things. What about something like that, but like where it was limited, so like nothing bright, but like maybe a cool like camo design or something like that. Like say you get a Mose and it's a camo design and then like the creator's logo or name or something is on like the stock of it or something. I don't know. Just a thought, but
I can understand Twitch drops for camos for games like, I don't know, Battlefield or Call of Duty or CSGO or something like that, right? Makes more sense, that. But for a game like DayZ, which the vanilla is trying to go for that, survivalist aspect, again, like, you would just get this camoed weapon. It wouldn't fit with the world of DayZ, and people would just drop it for something that looks just better.
And I can just see it becoming an absolute shit fight. The big name guys, Smoke and TRMZ would get one, and then you'd have some of the smaller guys who haven't gotten that big but have been around just as long, if not longer, saying, "Well, what about me?" And I can only see it becoming an absolute PR nightmare for them if they were to do it.
DayZ would have to have like a verification progress or something where you hit a certain thing, and then it would go from there. They wouldn't just randomly like start leaving it out. They'd have to be like a program set up, to deal with it all. And you apply for it, and if you don't meet the criteria, well, better get good and fucking meet the criteria. Stop complaining. And then you get your skin. Is that way?
It'll still be a nightmare.
Yeah, but it'll never happen. So.
No.
Unless Survivor Games comes back.
I mean, for stuff like Survivor Games, yeah, go for it. But for the base vanilla game, nah, I don't think it'll fit well. Don't get us wrong, I do like the idea of content creators getting recognition from the team. I think that's a really cool idea. But to have stuff like Uncle Ray Ray, what he said there, no. Like, don't get us wrong, respect the lad for what he does and his absolute fucking insanity. But I'll have to disagree with him respectfully for that idea.
I thought it was an interesting question, but I'm not a fan of it, to be honest.
No.
Just streamer drops for DayZ. I'd love to see them do something. Whether it be custom skins from the game, but not tied to individual creators or something like that. And then there's the whole, it would only work with the one platform, and if you're doing it on Twitch. I've never heard of things like that being done on YouTube or Facebook gaming.
No.
So yeah, would be an absolute Plus, I just don't think it really fits the vibe of DayZ. Doing a drops related thing.
What I would like in addition to the idea that I just had before with profile backgrounds and stuff, there's a lot of really cool artists in the community. And what would be really nice if in Twitch drops, per an agreement, you get a community made artwork that you can use for your Steam profile or background or something like that. That would be really nice. Something that is you can only get via the Twitch drop. That would be really, really nice. Drops should be things like boulders on people's heads. Honestly, mate, fucking same.
Even here's an idea. You see with some servers, when you load in, they have a random loading screen. And they could do that with some of the artwork, the beautiful screenshots that people have done. And randomly mix it up, add in a dozen, 2 dozen, maybe 100 different screenshots you might get while the server loads. And some of them might be the artwork of a creator. Or something like that. Just something that's on the loading screen. But when you've got people like Wellington and the rest of them who are doing these amazing screenshots, DOJ's done some, you've done some, lad, and have those on the loading screen.
Yeah. I mean, that would be really, really cool. That would be really nice. Especially especially these days, because that loading screen that we've got right now, it's a bit boring to see. So
it's been there since 1.0, I think, hasn't it? Or even earlier.
0.63, 1.0, something like that. Yeah, it's been like that since there. So it would be nice to have something like that as a change. That would definitely be really nice. Because a lot of servers, they don't change the loading screen. So that would be really cool. Just have it randomized, like a bunch that the team, like the DayZ dev team, have done, like artists that they've got over there have done, but even just community ones that they've submitted. Maybe there could be a future update a community post where it's like, right, we're doing a competition and the top 5 winners can get their artwork as a loading screen.
Like they did with the flags. They added in a couple of community flags for the bases thing.
Yeah, and that's it. That's I thought it was really nice. So having something like that for loading screens or something like that would be really cool. We can already see Wellington and DanceofJesus winning automatically. So.
Turlet's got a good point there. As long as it contains stuff that can happen on the server, so maybe make them custom to Livonia, custom to Chernerus. I wouldn't expect them to do that for modded maps, but
no.
For the official stuff, that'd be something probably quite easy to implement. I always hesitate to say that because it's probably a shit fight, but I see so many servers with custom loading screens now that it doesn't appear to be that difficult of a thing to do. So, yeah, that's an idea. Throwing it out there for your DayZ. We'll send the check in the mail if you do it. Is this a reverse upgrade?
Oh, yes. I put that in the Discord there the other day.
Was he trolling? Was he
100% sure.
Bait.
Yeah.
It's got to
Gotta be
bait,
satire.
'cause, like, don't get us wrong, the console community are really, really fucking cool, and the stuff that they've come out with has been really nice. And we've had a few console players come on, they've been nothing but lovely.
Yeah.
But this guy's a fucking idiot.
That said,
Jesus Christ. It's gotta be
I
good.
will say the no hackers part. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I'll if it's not a bait, I'll give him that. But everything else, yeah.
One negative for a ton of positives to swap back. Jeez. I know the PS5s are meant to be cool and all, but Christ alive.
But yeah, like Mike says, maybe no hackers, but cheating is, from what we understand, is rampant with duping and every exploit possible. And they might not be able to hack per se, but they've found ways around it.
Yeah.
I did like what Dimitri said. It's like a chicken saying it was better when it was an egg.
I mean, honestly, yeah. Yeah. But I did see the post and I thought it was funny. But if it is bait, then fair enough. But the sad thing is that there will actually be people like that. Which is fucking stupid.
I think I've just been convinced I'm selling my PC tomorrow and buying a PS5.
Right, that's it.
That's hilarious. And probably the big news of the week, release date for DayZ 1.15.
Was it?
Yes. Yeah, dude. How did you fucking miss that? You made a video on it. You twat.
Really?
Yeah, I think you did. I wonder what I was watching last night. I mean, fuck.
God, I can't remember. My dementia's kicking
You
in.
just...
The sad part is because
know-
of bloody DOJ and Dab's DayZ EXP, I rarely believe anything when I see it, and you have to, you got to do a double take just to make sure you're not being trolled by DayZ Experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their recent
But-
post is actually quite funny.
It was. Buddy, can you scroll down to that first comment you see there? It sounds saying something about the base building. So console's getting, I think it's a 115, isn't it? Yeah. That they're getting some like stuff for community service where you'll be able to basically toggle build anywhere and stuff like that. But people are always wondering, and I didn't know either, if it was going to be an official thing as well, but I think it's only community.
I mean, yeah, obviously it'll only be community because, I mean, that's
Yeah,
the
actually
whole
having
point
that
of it.
on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I didn't reply by the look of it.
No.
Hmm. See, I want to make a video on it, but I don't really know much about it.
No, that's it.
I know Scale Speed has done some playing around with it. If you're free, Scale Speed to jump in. I think I saw something about someone had watchtowers stacked on top of watchtowers.
Mm.
Yeah.
That'd
Yeah,
be
get him in
painful.
here. I need to milk him for a video.
Oh, you naughty boy.
Milk a
Not
guy.
that type of
Milk a guy who
video.
does his own videos. That'll work out well. Is there going to be a collab between Scale Speeder and Marks? Ooh,
Maybe. Who knows? Well, he is a console, so he can get me gameplay.
What did? I'm certain it was Scale Speeder.
Yes, I believe it was Skill Speeder who made the video. Sure he did. Also,
Yeah, so I don't have.
He also did do, for those who want to know, he did a video how to install the new DayZ panel PC mod, map mod, and mission files on your community private custom server. So for those who want to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll try to find it on this channel.
I think he's just linked it.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
I think he's trolling me.
Tell you what, come on, let's get inside. Let's see if we can get warm and take a look at the map and see if we're where the traders said they would drop us off. Bloody snow, though.
A big congrats to Skills Wheels. Only broke 30,000 subscribers.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Fucking nice one. Fucking keep it up. 40k when? Get your 40k, boy. Yeah, man. Chop, chop.
I think he trolled me.
I mean, yeah.
I need to look more into it anyway, because a lot of console players, even I think PC players as well, are kind of wondering like what it's all about and stuff. So I suppose when the main update comes out, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, boy. Come on. Come on. That's it, you. Experiments.
Yeah, it doesn't look like any tower building in this.
Might be the video there.
Oh, not the mods will be fine. Wolves or Circuit, I think mods will be fine because there is no wipe or anything, right?
There's no wipe on vanilla servers, no, not this time.
Yeah, I don't think there's any major like.
No, all things
Things that would break
considered,
mods.
all things considered, 115 is a small update. It shouldn't conflict with mods too much, if anything. The DayZ dev team, they do have a tendency to change things in the background without fucking telling anybody. So we'll just have to see. I'd always recommend modders and map makers to test on 115 if they're able to.
Surely some people have played around with Xbox Experimental.
I'd imagine so. Yeah.
So what was I gonna say? I was about 115. Oh yeah, when do you think we're gonna get a next wipe? I'm going to speculate February sometime.
For an official server wipe.
A lot of people were disappointed that one wasn't coming, but I suppose it kind of kicks off the year so people can prepare now and be like, okay, new year, fresh wipe.
Well, the team's already said they're not doing a wipe for 115. I would assume they would do a wipe towards Christmas time, New Year time. So
Fucking
Ike, I'm just gonna say it, you're a twat, but I love you.
Have a good night, buddy.
Take care of yourself, bud. Much love to you. Oh, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend. It's Speeder of the Scale.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, mate, we can hear you.
We can, yes.
All right. Sorry, guys. I just to plug my mic in.
So have you done any experimenting with the building in experimental version on console?
Well, not on experimental because it's a bit tricky to get all the stuff together. But what I did was I installed the experimental server on my local PC and then just messed around with vanilla building that. That'll be the same as when it's on console. And it's brilliant. Yeah, you can turn off all the clipping basically. So you can stack anything on top. You can build on anything. You can build on.
So it's going to be something only for console community servers then that go in and change that setting?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it won't be unofficial then?
I would doubt it.
Yep.
Just be on community server. Great.
Okay.
Quite amazing.
That's going to be awesome for them. That's going to help a lot of them out. It would have been nice to have seen them fix the issue with the clipping for the official servers. But, yeah,
I don't think you'll see like the no clipping stuff on official until. See, the thing with official is you can build anywhere, like police stations.
Yeah.
Northwest Airfield, they'd have to have like build restriction zones, I think, before they'd be able to free up the building a bit more, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like no building at police stations, airfields, stuff like that. Maybe if we do get a base building update, I imagine they might do something like that if they're putting it on community.
Because you can see people going and building up around all the wells and the spawn locations and just trolling people.
Yeah, it would be a pain. Like I've ran into many of a police station and it's just been built up and you can't get into them.
Mm.
That's very annoying. I've seen a few wells that were also blocked up as well. It's a right pain. But yeah, that's what I think anyway is going to happen.
Yeah, that's right though. What they need to do on vanilla is work with the collision logic. It's simply too sensitive on vanilla.
Yeah, that's also true.
Do you play a lot of official Scale Speeder?
I tend to dip in and out. So I'll jump on when we've got the experimental, and then when it goes live, I'll jump on then. But I spend most of the time on my PvE community servers with my little community of PvE players where we run around and explore, build, chase deer and stuff.
So tell me something, just very quickly.
Yeah.
Say this is for a PC question now, but if someone out there is running a pure vanilla community server, like the zero or not zero servers, but Spaggy servers, I think, are completely vanilla and stuff like that. Are they already allowed to do like the no clipping thing on PC? Was that already a feature, or is that still not a feature without mods?
It would be a mod on PC at the moment, but from when 1.15 goes live, they'll just be able to put a setting to 0. Yeah.
Oh, so it's also come to PC as well, right? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same. It's exactly the same on Xbox, PlayStation, PC. When it goes vanilla, it'll be there's an extra gameplay JSON file that you can turn on. I want access to this, which then gives you access to the weather. So we're going to be able to mess around with the weather very easily without having to do a mod. So that's really cool. Stamina is you're going to be able to mess around with stamina, and so turn that off or on. Turn down sprint, stamina, all that sort of stuff. And then the clipping is another part of it. So they're the 3 big things: stamina, weather, and turning off the clipping. But basically, it means you can almost do like a more door situation where you can put a gate inside a building, and you can't see it until you open it. It's going to be console players are going to lose their minds. They're going to love it. I loved it just playing around with it. And I'm not really into building. It takes too long.
Yeah.
People who really know what they want to do, because you can stack. If you turn base damage off, you can stack walls on top of gates and gates on top of gates, so you can make pretty secure bases as well that are very difficult to raid.
That'll be interesting to see. It's going to make PC servers as well as console vanilla servers like a lot more interesting.
And I think the really cool thing is because it's baked into the vanilla file, that you don't have to worry about mod dependencies as well, and it makes it so much easier for your average your average server owner to do these things. You don't have to rely on a Steam mod. You can just go in and you can, as long as you keep your syntax clean, you'll be able to edit a few JSON files. I mean, with the other thing as well, spawning in buildings as well. That was the other thing. We've now got access to a JSON file where we can spawn in buildings incredibly easily, and then you can tie that into your map group pos, map group proto files to have loot spawn in. So
I was just going to ask you about the loot spawn.
Yeah. So with like Northeast Airfield, in about 10 minutes you can build quite a nice, an ATC and a few other bits, and have vanilla loot spawn. Well, what you can have loot spawn in those buildings just as you would any other part of the map. And it's really easy. That's the main thing. It's so easy to do. So easy to do.
Nice.
I'll just quickly be right back. I'm going to go make a cup of tea.
Yep.
That's all right. Are you going to, I suppose you're probably going to have a tutorial video up at some stage.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple up already about how the JSON file for spawning buildings work. And I've got another one about how you get loot to spawn in those buildings. The one thing I'm not really sure about is the weather file, how that works. A little bit more complicated.
Right.
But everything else, what I tend to do is wait for Don to do a video or Balshad to do his tutorials on his Discord, because Don does the best one, because he'll do like a 2-hour video stream video where he goes through everything, really breaks it all down, because I haven't got a clue most of the time to start off with, and then I'll watch that and I'll think, okay, so which bits of those interest me, and then I'll do a tutorial video about that as well, and then Balshad on his Discord will do a tutorial, and I'll look at those and put them in, because those guys really know what they're talking about. I'm just learning it as I go along.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. I'm interested to see how it works on everything. Because I've been asked a lot, and like I was confused. I didn't know how it was really going to work, because there's not much information out there on it, is there? At the moment,
so it's much better than it used to be. Adam's updated the DayZ wiki, the official Bohemian Interactive DayZ wiki, with tutorial pages on what these JSON files mean. But in effect, what you're going to be able to have for console is servers with dedicated PvE custom areas with no stamina, and obviously custom loot as well. The only thing we can't have is different weapons. You can't bring in special sniper things like that. But you'll be able to have on really sort of stuff that's just been on PC, with no stamina, unlimited stamina, dedicated areas, sunny weather all the time, be able to throw a door on a building really easily, all without Steam mods. I mean, that's the thing. And that's even without the imagination that people will put into this over the next month, because you know what console guys are like, they'll be putting this stuff. The fact that we can, because what you can do now is very, very easily sync things into the environment. So you know how the guys are messing around putting gas stoves inside the building, so that you have working files, and they got all that working, but it's quite complicated to do. This makes it really easy to do stuff. So you'll get stuff like, one of the things I'm working on is the ability to drink the water out of the toilets, and I think all these weird little things that you can add in that I think are really gonna amaze people. And it's very lightweight as well. It's not putting any strain on the game really. Obviously loading lots of buildings with, but all these little things, just extra JSON files, extra XML files, done in a really simple way, and not like gigabytes and gigabytes of Steam mods that you've got to download.
Really, Pez has just written, fingers crossed with whether we can make extreme cold or heat for console communities really enhance the survival factor.
Yeah, I think it's just really going to be weather, and we're going to the only real way we can control temperature at the moment on console is where you set the time of year of the server. So if you set the time of the year server to be sort of February, it's colder than if you set it to be August. But that's all we can kind of do at the moment. But it does make a bit of a difference as well.
Yeah, that's good. Like, DayZ seems to be really going in the right way, because if you look at this now, and they have this option for community servers. If and whenever a base building update does come out that hopefully gives us like a proper base building system, the ones like base building plus and expansion are slowly going to become obsolete if it keeps going this direction. Like, it's going to become very good.
We saw that with the toxic zones, didn't we? With the fact that we've got a baked-in toxic zone. Oh, there's one other thing I should mention as well. I was watching Adam the other night and asked him about new player spawns, spawn equipment on console, and he 100% confirmed it is coming. So we will be getting access, if not to init.c, part of init.c, so we will be able to alter your spawning loadout. So that will be the kind of the final part of the puzzle for dedicated PvP servers, because you'll be able to spawn in with a flak jacket on, with your M16 on your shoulder and a helmet and all that sort of stuff, with unlimited stamina, going into custom locations, on a sunny day where it doesn't get dark, people will be incredibly happy, and it'll all be you could do it so easy.
Say you wanted stamina, but you didn't want the stamina to be a short. Could you do it so you could extend the stamina so it takes longer to deplete, or is it just a quick on and off?
So there is a scale that you can put in, I think. Can't quite remember exactly what it is, but there is a scale, and you can do it for different things as well. So you can have, say, the speed that the stamina reduces while you're sprinting. You can change that.
Great.
I played around for a bit. The only thing I couldn't figure out was it wasn't taking your stamina away if you're jumping up and down. So if you kept jumping up and down, your stamina would go down, but everything else you were doing, it was staying there. Staying
Right,
kind of thing.
And here it is. This is what I was talking about, the stackable watchtowers.
Do you know how laggy this is going to make, like Xbox One and PS4 when like community servers have like behemoth bases on it? It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, plus the fact that people are putting the particle effects in now, so you can put fog wherever you like, with the spooky fog, put the gas in, but it doesn't have to be lethal gas. You can put in the tints for like when you put your night vision glasses on, you can put that into an area effect. So again, you can go into an area effect and get almost like a kind of electrical storm sort of effect and all this stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's so much that's we're going to be able to do on console.
I'm going to have to look into this when it comes out next week. So it looks really, really cool. And it seems like it's just going to be very easy to set up as well. It's literally just, change the 1 to a 0 or the 0 to a 1. Yeah,
absolutely. And as I say, the guys to watch out for, especially Balshad, he'll have it figured out and done. They'll have it all figured out within a few days.
Yeah.
And the guys in the DayZ Facebook group as well, they'll have it all, because they do amazing work. Custom PvP areas that made out of bits of the dams. With whole towns. They're absolutely fantastic.
That's really good. I'm really excited to see what people will be able to do.
Absolutely. So you'll be able to. So if you think, what will happen is you'll have a situation where you'll have all these bits of the puzzle bring together the bits that we want on console in terms of stamina, custom areas, weather, initial loadout, and then people will be able to buy something like an Xbox Series S for £250 that will run DayZ at 1440p, 60 frames a second, or obviously a PlayStation 5 for a little bit more. And so you've got quite high-end capabilities, in a really cheap package, in a no-hacker situation as well, where you don't have to worry about keeping Steam updated. And hopefully it's going to bring even more people into DayZ. And then if Adam can just bring us a trader, if they could bring a trader to solve it,
it'd be cool to see like a civilian type trader or something. I don't know how they do it. I can't wrap my head around it, but there's probably a way. Like a balance is probably the biggest thing there. To figure out is like how would you balance this so it's not overpowered? It's like, do you only sell certain weapons? Like you couldn't walk into one of these traders, buy an LAR, and then just leave again. On an official server or a community server, it'd be just a nightmare.
I think a console trader would always be on community, and it would be up to knowing Adam and the way that he approaches DayZ and the mouse and his other things. He's a really clever guy, isn't he? He really is clever. There's lots of stuff he's working on that we don't even have a clue about. So again, there would probably be like a template you would set up, and then the server owner could then adjust it, so that LARs were more expensive or worms were cheaper, all that sort of thing. Yeah, it's fascinating to watch the development, of console when DayZ came, a couple of years ago through the Xbox preview and the jankiness to it's still janky now. I think maybe people on PlayStation 4 and Xbox Ones have probably got to get used to the fact that the game isn't going to run much smoother. It's probably where it is where it is, and the improvement is really going to PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S's and X.
Yeah, they're not going to worry about. Even though I was about to say they're not going to worry about the last gen consoles now because, they only have 6 years before the PS5 and the new Xboxes will get replaced again. 6 to 8 years or whatever it is. So,
but what is very exciting, what is really, really cool at the moment is Xbox is rolling out game streaming. So what you'll be able to do is if you subscribe to Game Pass Ultimate on your old Xbox One, which you can pick up for £100, instead of playing DayZ on the Xbox One, you stream it from an Xbox Series X in the cloud.
That's basically like a dual console stream.
Absolutely. So instead of playing
PC stream,
Absolutely. So I was playing on my old Xbox One. I was playing DayZ at 60 frames a second, 1080p. Driving cars around and generally doing that. And that's a real game changer then. A little bit of lag, but not too much. Xbox have really got the technology down pat. So even then, so all the people who've got this old technology, the Xbox Ones, which are are really cheap to buy now. You won't install DayZ on it. You'll be streaming it over the web, and it plays lovely and smooth. So that's the other thing that I think we're going to see. So you're going to have people with £100 hardware playing Xbox DayZ, 1080p, 60 frames a second. But the other cooler thing, sorry to go on, is that even if you've got an old PC or an old laptop or a tablet, you can subscribe to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate and stream the console version of DayZ to your laptop and plug an Xbox controller in or play keyboard and mouse, and you've got 60 frames a second DayZ at whatever your laptop runs at.
Wow.
Running incredibly smoothly. So
that's actually, I didn't know that. That's a big thing.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. If you haven't tried Game Pass Ultimate yet, it's normally £1 for a month. Just give it a go, download it, and then stream the game. Do the cloud streaming so you can play Gears of War, the latest Gears of War, the latest Halo or whatever. You stream it instead of actually play it on your laptop, and it plays very, very well.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good.
The more you know.
Yeah. Definitely.
We're turning this almost into a mini impromptu console episode, Scale Speeder.
Well, we got to have our voice, haven't we?
I could see this being problematic initially for a lot of community service. They're going to have to have some pretty strict guidelines if they want them on the realism of objects that they must comply with the laws of physics. But I'm happy to see this coming across to give console a better DayZ experience.
Yeah, it's a pretty big. It's small for the update. Is small for PC because you've already had the stuff in terms of mods. But for console, it's a massive update.
Yeah.
Probably bigger than we probably even realize.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you could imagine on console, we haven't been able to build properly ever.
Yeah.
You've started building. You've spent hours and hours and hours getting together the wood to build a watch, and there's a tree, that hangs over which you didn't realize. But now that won't matter. You'll be able to build a watchtower on top of a block of flats. You'll be able to access, all these buildings that we can't get inside. You can just build a watchtower up the side of the building and climb in through a window. I mean, it's just...
It's going to make base raiding and base defense very interesting.
Yeah.
Because obviously before, it was just... If there was a gap, you might be able to get a teammate to boost into it. Sometimes you could use a car if you had one working. You could kind of boost in with that way. Or obviously grenades. Now, if you can build watchtowers, you're going to have to make sure you have every little gap, done. Can you stack a wall on top of a wall? You can, right?
You can just stack and stack and stack and stack.
Yes, that's good.
But the base builders can do that as well.
That's what I mean.
I think what you'll see is probably people converting existing buildings a lot more, because the one thing we haven't really got is an easy way to make ceilings on bases, is it? If you could make a load of watchtowers next to each other. Even then, you'd have some open areas probably through it. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I want to see. I want to see people taking existing buildings, like Boydie loves, taking an existing structure, fortifying. People trying to get in there.
Yep, definitely. 100%.
Okay.
I'm glad we got you to jump in, mate, because you gave us a lot of good info right there and then. And as Mark said, this update, like I said to in our podcast host chat the other day, I said this one doesn't really have me as hyped as 1.14, but this is for console. This is probably bigger than 1.14. This is a massive patch for the console community, and it's good to see.
About time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and it's going to be brilliant.
Well, it's going to be fun, double-dozy.
You have to give full credit to the devs this year, though. They have knocked it out of the park more than we probably expected.
Definitely made up for the lack of a single update last year. They've absolutely killed it this year. And not only have they killed it, but I feel like the DayZ team, the community managers, PR, everything like that, this year has been absolutely phenomenal for them as well. It's the absolute outreach that they've had, the positivity that they've shown. Scotty's been absolutely wonderful, especially this year. and everybody else on the team who aren't as quite as public as him. They've been doing absolutely great work, and I can't wait to see how all of it comes around in 2022. I think it's going to be really good. Really good to see. And if they organise a Prague visit to the offices, call me, please. But yeah, it's going to be good.
I want to actually show something. Scalespeed, you've obviously been lurking in my stream a little bit with what you touched on then. I hope that's just changed the screen. This is what you guys on console will be able to do. Now, we've admittedly, this is on the Banov map, but I am a huge fan of locking down existing structures. And what I've done on the Banov map with the base that we have there is the sort of stuff they're going to be able to do now on these community servers. My PC's lagging like crazy because I'm streaming and Discord streaming and also playing the game now. Just got to wait for it to load in.
I was just about to say, is this the screenshot that's on the stream right now? Is that the correct one? Like a bunch of people hanging around a campfire?
Yeah.
Right, okay, cool.
So, yeah, we've got tents in buildings.
This is where we'll find out Boyd has been raided.
Well, quite possibly.
Jesus Christ.
And this is all just with vanilla building. That's all we have on this server, just with the build anywhere.
Don't mean to brag, but I could raid your base in half an hour flat.
No, probably not on this server.
45 minutes, you can raid it.
It's a challenge, I think.
Well, it'll take you a little bit longer, Max, because of the fucking ping.
True.
So we've got these massive walls all the way around. These walls were already here. They're placed by Cabello. And all we did was just lock up the gaps.
So did he place those walls for you, or were they like originally there as part of the map?
That's there as part of the map.
Ah, okay.
We've locked off all of these side buildings.
It's your own little village.
It is.
I think it's a compound. I'd be a bit worried if I was in there.
Got our own well. No rules on this server. It's pretty much just a managed, admin managed community server. There's no rules other than no hacking, no glitching. It must look like it can be built. And yeah, we've locked down this tower, and
it is definitely cool.
yeah,
I will give that. It's very, very cool.
you know, all of these sorts of things they're going to be able to do now on console, which is just it's so exciting for them. You know, this building exists in Novo, up there in the northeast of the map, so people can lock it down now, and I'm really excited for you, Scalespeeder.
Yeah, so any structure on the map that spawns in loot, we can now put that anywhere we want, or we'll be able to put that anywhere we want to on the map, and it will spawn in loot. So,
Tell me something.
Yeah.
I know they removed it out, I think, for vanilla at some stage. Can we now, is there an option like where you can just place tents in buildings again? Because at the moment on vanilla, you can't place a tent in a building unless I think you have a flagpole down.
I don't know. I haven't tried to do that. I was putting tents on tops of buildings, and that worked okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, with the.
I think he means like when there's collision items inside, like tables and chairs, and will you be able to...
No. Like even if a room is empty in a house, you can't place a tent in a house on official like vanilla servers unless I'm now certain you have to have the flag down, and then you can. But if you didn't want to put a flag down, you're not allowed to place tents. Even in a barn, you can't place tents in barns or anything like that. So I'm wondering, is there an option where you can, turn that off so you don't need to have to, build a flagpole and go mining for rocks and stuff to be able to do it?
I'm going to say probably, because I was able to place a tent on top of a military tent already. So a spawned-in military tent like you would get in the Northwest Airfield, climbed on top of it and popped a tent just on top of it just to see if it would work. So I don't think there's any limits, but I'd have to test that to see for real.
Yeah, it might be part of just the build anywhere thing. It might be just in that.
I might be getting in trouble. I just saw Spud's message. There's all the trucks on the server in our base. But yeah, we like trucks. Trucks are good mobile bases, aren't they, Marks?
He's muted.
Yeah, just muted himself. But yeah, no, I'm really excited, lad, for him.
Yeah.
Wait, sorry.
It's going to be good. I think 1.15, despite the lack of content in comparison to 1.14, it's going to be a really good patch regardless for everybody. Just in terms of like server configuration, everything like that, and just what it brings to the console folks. Which, honestly, I really hope they continue that trend with the console folks for 2022. I really hope they do.
Yeah. Yep, because they're a big part of the DayZ community, arguably bigger than the PC community.
I was just about to say that they definitely have the numbers, I would assume, over the PC community, but the core of it, the core of the community is PC. It always will be, just because of what we have over that, over the console folks, with like the modding and just all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah. But were you trying to say something to me before when I left out, buddy?
That trucks make awesome mobile bases.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, sorry, I was AFK there for a second.
That LinkedIn work rules of DayZ. You can now use trucks without crawling around the map. There's a bug with the trucks that the back wheels are always embedded in the ground, and the top speed you can get is like about 30 kilometers an hour, which is fucking annoying in them.
Yeah, that mod's been out since the trucks were released. I think it was that mod. I think it's one for like the trucks faster. I think that came out literally the week the trucks were released.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
No, exciting times for the console community. Very, very happy for them. I'm excited to see what they do with it. I really am.
Yep.
Derlev saying 44 kilometers per hour max is for the trucks. 80 kilometers with that mod. Our crowd saying so. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much, Skull Speeder. When we share that video of yours, because that really does highlight just what they're going to be able to do.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much, and you guys have a great stream. I'll see you.
Yeah,
we are pretty
on the
much
other
done.
side of 115.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Take care.
Looking forward to it.
Our crowds just shared with me a few more of the artworks that he's done. One sec. Oh, I like this one. I like this one.
That's cool.
No, this one coming up.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah.
With the adder.
Yep.
That's very cool. Yeah, I like that.
Meta, thank you so much, mate.
Man's fashion.
Man's fashion. Yeah, you could do some really, really cool. I know we're touching back on that topic again, but you could do some really, really cool custom billboards for anyone or anything you wanted. I really like the Arta one. Yeah. Needs to be a bit more scuffed up, but it just looks good, doesn't it, Marks?
Yeah, it really does.
I think that the biggest problem I have with that is that the car isn't, 5,000 feet in the air.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Any spotlights that you guys want to do on anything?
Let me think.
Just trying to think. No, there's nothing really notable that's caught my attention within the community. Not really. Can't really think of anything. It's been a bit of a slow couple of weeks, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She hasn't sat in it yet. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, while we're here, Sawyer, quite some time ago, talked to us about the podcast and if it would ever be possible to put our podcasts onto the radio mod. You know the radio mod that's on the workshop? Yeah. So it'd be really interesting if one day we could actually reach out to that mod creator to be like, hey, we're pretty cool. Can we work something out? That would be really cool, I think. Just as a nice little thing. Because he was asking about it. Drinks on me. Great show as always. Thank you very much, Michael. Continued support's fantastic. Much love to you, my dude.
That's very generous.
But I think it's really cool to have something like that because we've had people who've which still boggles my mind. We've had people who's created content about the podcast. You got Cabello's billboards, but you've also got the shirt that was made, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. So it would be cool if maybe one day we could have like an add-on, like the podcast radio show where it's like, oh, you just go around, you find a random cassette like, I don't know, 64, and it's got that episode's stuff on it. I think that'd be really cool.
When they pay me a
sneak peek.
six-figure deal for me to use my
Quick sneak
voice.
peek.
Canteen. That is cool. Where can I buy one?
Yeah, I want one as well, yeah.
Like, seriously, where can I buy one? I'll buy one right now.
More info coming.
More info.
Let me know, because I actually want one.
Yes, same. But no, apart from that, there hasn't really been anything that's kind of piqued my interest with the community this week. After last week's podcast, I lost my voice.
Yeah?
Yes, I lost my voice. Marks, you heard us on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I sounded dreadful. And
Didn't drink enough iron brew.
why do you think I'm drinking tea? I've got no fucking iron brew left.
Yeah, now, I heard something about iron brew. Apparently they changed the formula because it was too sugary.
Because of the sugar tax in the UK, yes, they had to change the recipe. A lot of companies had to. The sugar tax was introduced to help tackle obesity in children. They thought maybe if they introduced the tax to raise the prices, then it'll cut down obesity. Spoiler alert. No, it didn't.
I'm still a fat fucking piece of shit, so clearly it didn't work very well.
Same. I mean, look at me and my stubby fat fingers, like shit. But but they changed the recipe. Tastes alright. Tastes pretty much the same. The biggest scam is when they release the bottles, like glass bottles, where it's like original recipe, like unchanged. It tastes exactly the fucking same. It's like, alright, okay, fam, thanks. But yeah, they had to do that. It fucked a lot of people over, especially certain people like diabetics. Some people in chat that might be aware of the glucose drink Lucozade.
Yep.
I don't know if
I was just going to say they changed that formula as well.
Yeah, they changed it so people like my brother, he couldn't drink Lucozade anymore because it wouldn't help
Wow.
Wouldn't help his blood sugar. So now he's stuck to drinking Coca-Cola, which that's a healthy drink.
Now,
So-
we do have a clip to show this week as well.
Yes, some clips.
Yes.
Give me
Oh, I
the-
did.
Guys, just relocate. Don't check the body. Just relocate. It's obviously another one.
Mold them, boy. Get the fuck out of my server. Fuck
You
off.
need to get your brother recording.
We did
Guys,
this, yeah.
just relocate
Yeah.
now and
yeah.
anymore. It was a very clip. I know it doesn't have much context, but I died and was running back up to Northwest, and he was there. And every time he like kills someone or something like that, he just starts chatting pure shit for no reason at all. And it's always funny. My chat was overreacted to it and stuff like that. So yeah, it was funny. He does want to record as well, but I just have to give him a hard drive so we can overreacted to it and stuff like that. So, but he's funny. He's funny. It's a lot of people actually like the streams when me and my brother are playing like PvP and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
they're good fun.
You can go another way, but I just wanted to bring the guys this way because of things like this.
Oh, you're
Now,
gonna
I'm
fall.
bringing you here. I will do it first.
Oh, there's no way in the world. Just right.
Just ran out of stamina.
Oh,
Told ya.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
I died.
All right, let's go.
turn around,
See you,
boys.
Boydie. Sorry about that, mate.
Cheers, Boydie.
See you, bud.
Such a fall from grace.
And all my teammates just abandoned me. But yeah, they were like, because they'd never been there and they'd never seen it. And I was adamant that this is I'd done about 2.5 weeks of nothing but base building streams, which is fucking boring. But that's the way I play DayZ, and if people watch, they watch. And I said, right, finally we're going on an explore. We went and did the airfield to the east of us, and came back with the loot from there. And then I said, right, we're going to Overgrown Military because none of them had been there. And we had an encounter, some poor bugger, that big tunnel that goes straight up to the top. Well, not that tunnel, that narrow walkway from where you come out of the ground that goes up to the top of Overgrown Military. Some poor bugger was coming running down the other way and saw us, and he tried to run away, and one of the guys just one-shotted him, and apparently had a couple of mates, and they just fucked off because there was about 4 of us, and it was, okay, fair enough, why you want to run. And then I said, right, I'm taking you down the tunnels. We had 3 sets of night vision goggles, and one guy only had a head torch, which is why you could see that flashing around. And I remember doing it with Cabello when I did the stream with him, and it was pretty much just run straight across it, but I didn't have enough stamina to make it. I almost made it, but and they all just started laughing their asses off, and yep, see you later, Boydie. They did go to my body and get my gear back, thankfully. But yeah, it was quite funny that Mr. Big Show I'll show you how to do it. Nope, fucked it.
should have dropped your backpack before you sprinted. It would have given you more stamina.
Yeah. Is the trick jumping in the middle? No, the trick is don't have too much loot, or just take it stage by stage and sprint from ledge to ledge, and let your stamina build up again in the bits in between it, because otherwise you do what I did and you fall to your death. And I said it to Cabello, and he was quite happy as well that he managed to kill me. So yeah, I thought that'd be a good one to share. Anyone else got anything else in there? No other clips, just the couple this week. So yeah. What about you, Marks? Any highlights?
I don't have any highlights for this week. It was a fairly quiet week, but I do just want to mention, as usual, the update comes out Tuesday. I have the update video out as usual, as fast as I can afterwards, and then we're going live afterwards, straight hunting for the AUG on a PvP, like pretty much vanilla servers. So
I'm gonna.
It should be fun. It probably will, knowing my luck. But yeah, otherwise than that, that's all I have.
And I will now post again the link to the Discord for Iztek. If people want to jump in there and provide any feedback for Zarge. Very grateful that he was able to come on. I know he's had a lot of shit going on IRL, so keep going with the map, mate. It's showing a lot of good promise. I love Banov because of the sheer size of it. and getting lost. But I know a lot of people like their maps smaller, higher chances of bumping into other players. So it's great that we've just got so much that we can choose from these days. You know, horses for courses. There's maps and servers to suit everyone.
Yep,
Too right.
exactly.
There always will be, which is one of the great parts about the PC community. Yeah, even console, really. There's always going to be something out there for everyone. So, but
but there's a shout out as well. Durlef had his Pew Pew experimental server up for 1.15, and he said he's going to do it again for 1.16. It did give me the opportunity to shoot people with the org. I
didn't realize he had one. Derleth. Fuck.
Yeah, he tweeted out about it.
Yeah, I hopped on, but I wasn't able to run into anyone. There was only like 2 other people on, which was a shame. But
yeah. No, awesome. Guys, thank you so much for coming on this week. Hopefully Archie can get his internet sorted and we'll be back next week. And
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Keep on watching, folks, and getting those points up because, as you saw with the Dude Thor's mug, another shout out to the Dude Thor. We've got some pretty cool shit to give away for the Christmas episode. I'm really excited about it. You know, I've got a few more things that I've got to do myself. But for the most part, I've managed to get most of the stuff done. Just got to save up a little bit of money for some merch giveaways as well. So the donations today really helped with that, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're putting in quite a lot. Yeah. You do get points on Twitch. This boy, rocking a fucking mohawk. No. Just bad hair. More shit on the way. Hoodie, stickers, yep. Actually, give me 1 second. I've forgotten to do this. I've got to showcase one more thing. 1 second.
Go on.
okay.
So how's everyone doing? You come here often?
Every day.
Every day?
Every Saturday.
You, obviously. Oh, right. Okay. I've never seen you before. Oh, fuck it, Alan. But yeah,
so many maps to play.
I'm too busy making one.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hectic week. Update.
Yeah.
I want to try and get. I don't know what to play first. That I don't even know how to pronounce it. Iztek or Banov? I don't know which one to probably Banov. I think I'm gonna try Banov. All the hype.
I think you should try. Honestly, I think you should try give Iztek a go. Get that bit of a spotlight. Get some players there.
I can't find where I put it.
I'll try a bunch and put in both.
I'll have to have a look. I thought I had it out in the lounge room, but I can't find it. Maybe my son's moved it on me or something, but the custom vinyl stickers have arrived from El Trucco, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So I wanted to showcase them. I haven't even looked at them yet. I was going to open them live on stream.
Yeah. Are you still hiding that thing from me and Max?
Yep.
Twat.
Am so. Totally resemble that.
Actually.
Nah, there's got to be a couple of surprises on the show. No, we won't get the bow.
It's gonna be good. No, we're not going to get that. Fuck that. No, you know what we are going to get for 116 though? Red 9.
Helicopters. Oh.
Fuck your helicopters. Red 9's more important than your shitty aerodynamic vehicles.
No, thank you everyone for coming in and watching the show today.
Yes.
Who have we got lined up for next week, folks? Let me have a quick look.
Yep, let's have a look. Let's have a gander. We have
Roth and DCG. It's a players episode next week. So DCG Boss and Roth 2028 will be on the show next week. So yeah. All the best, everyone, and we will see you next week, same time, same channels.
See you later.
Sure. Take care, everyone. Much love.
Bye-bye.
Ciao for now.